Dominick The Gap Petrilli got his name because he was missing his front two teeth most of his life. They were kicked out in a childhood fight. He had 36 arrests in 39 years. They had everything on him. They failed to pin him on two homicides, a rape, countless burglaries, grand larceny. His police record covered 4 pages, but he only had 2 convictions and 1 fine. In May 30, 1926, he was arrested for robbery with a gun. But the charge was changed to receiving stolen goods. He drew 15 months, like almost 2 years really, in Sing Sing for that one. Later, in Miami in 1938, he was fined $5 for a hit and run conviction. $5. He was an early associate of Joe Valachi. The two met when they were in Sing Sing together, and once they were released, Petrilli sponsored Valachi for membership in Gietno Riena's mob. In the 1920s, Riena was aligned with the Masseria mob. When Riena began to look at options, maybe he could go someplace else, they murdered him in 1930, and they installed this other guy, Joe Pinzola, as the boss of Riena's gang. That did not sit well with his gang. They didn't buy it. They were really angry, and on September 30, Petrilli murdered Pinzola. And as a result, the Castellammerese War broke out. So in 1931, Petrilli and Valachi, they become bodyguards to Salvatore Maranzano. The war ends. Petrilli stays with the Lucchese family. Valachi moves on to the Genovese family. 1942, Petrilli is arrested in Tucson, Arizona on narcotics. Valachi was well on his way to narcotics, too, by that time. He gets 5 years in prison on that one. While he's there, in order to broker a deal, he rats out as many people as he can, and he is quietly deported to Italy for that. October 1947, they send him out of here, but then he goes to Italy, starts dealing drugs again. And there was a lot of drug dealing going on from Italy. They dealt with the Corsicans who went over to the Middle East, and they got the heroin from there. And so it was a big deal in Italy at the time. And Luciano, when he was there, was dealing dope when he was deported to Italy. So in 1953, he illegally illegally enters the U.S. again. He'd been here about 6 weeks. He had been at an all-night card game. He wanders into a Bronx bar. It's owned and operated by the former great boxer, Tammy Morello and his brothers. It's in the heart of Bronx's Little Italy. He was the only one in the bar. He ordered a pony of brandy from Nicky Morello, Tammy's brother. He's having that. From what the government understood, he had been lured back into the U.S. with the promise that he could broker some big narcotics deal. So obviously it was a setup. They wanted him back here to kill him. So he'd been in a bar for about 10 minutes. 3 men dressed exactly alike, gray overcoats, hat, glasses. Each had their hand in their right topcoat pocket. They came into the bar. They surrounded, more or less, on 3 sides anyway, Petrilli, and they shot him in the head 4 times, and twice in the chest, once in the back. 2 bullets went straight into a kitchen wall. Morelli runs out and says, "What's going on here?" One of them whacks him pretty damn hard on the head with the gun and knocks him down. And that was the end of that. Tammy Morello, in case you don't know, was on the waterfront. He played the gangster Tillio, Tillio. He tells the story, that bird could sing. But he's hysterical. I interviewed somebody who said that during the filming, the director, Kazan, couldn't get any emotion out of Morello. And he just wasn't giving him what he wanted. So just before they shot, he wanted him to be angry. And just before the shot, Kazan, who's not a big guy, walks up and smacks Morello. Morello, by the way, knocked Joe Louis on his ass a few times. Smacks Morello in the face, thinking, well, this will motivate him. And Morello went after him. There were 5 cops, off-duty cops from Hoboken, working security. They had to hold him back, so he didn't kill the guy. See the movie if you can. It's a really good film.